Developing now at 6, it's a KOMO weather warn day as wildfire smoke blankets the Puget Sound area. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Molly Shen. Air quality has been deteriorating all day and will likely get worse over the next 24 hours. A look at the State Ecology Department's air quality map shows many areas now in yellow. That marks moderate air quality. And those red dots along the Cascade foothills are for unhealthy air. And we have team coverage tonight, including meteorologist Stella Sun live in Seattle. But we begin with KOMO Chief Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell and a first look at the forecast. Shannon?
Hi there, Preston. You know, this is the worst of it today and tomorrow. A pair of weather-worn days where the air quality is just really leaning into that unhealthy territory, especially in the foothills of the Cascades in eastern King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties. Speaking of which, the view over North Bend, not too great at the moment around Mount Si. You can see that smoke is really holding on there. And it's so much worse in eastern Washington. Lake Chelan about to have one of those really orangey glowing sunsets again because of all of that particulate matter in the atmosphere. A look at the satellite picture. This is all smoke. We have over a dozen fires currently burning in the state, but the little giant just keeps on expanding. It has grown by nearly 10,000 acres just since yesterday, and that smoke continues to train across the Cascades and fill up the Puget Sound Basin. Now look at the smoke forecasting. The modeling does a great job of showing where that smoke is going to set up shop. Today it really pushed right on schedule into the south end of Puget Sound and just got banked up over the Olympics there on the lee side of the mountains there close to Hood Canal. So that's where it's at its worst. You can see that we'll get a little bit of pushback tomorrow, pushing the smoke back into the foothill communities in particular. And then finally Thursday, breathing a much cleaner air as the onshore flow tries to chip away at the haze. An air quality alert in place. It has been for weeks, frankly, in eastern Washington, but most of the western side of the Cascades in on that as well. And on top of that, a heat advisory now because temperatures continue to pump up, 80s and 90s today, but even hotter as we head into tomorrow. So breathing a little bit better by Thursday. Does that mean relief is on the way into the weekend? We'll talk more about that ahead in my next forecast.
All right, thanks, Shannon. Video from the KOMO 4 drone shows smoke lingering around Mount Si and North Bend, which has some of the worst air quality this side of the Cascades. KOMO meteorologist Stella Sun was in North Bend earlier today where conditions became unhealthy for everyone. She's now live in Seattle. And Stella, you left because it was starting to bother you?
Yeah, as soon as I started coughing and I was feeling the irritation in my lungs, that was my sign to leave the North Bend area. We're here in Seattle right now where the air quality just a little bit better, but just hours ago we were in North Bend and we spoke with people from all walks of life who say they were feeling the double whammy of the heat and the haze. In North Bend,
there's a foggy out and then I look at the sun and it's like red. And I was like, oh, well, there's the smoke, there's the haze.
The haze hiding Mount Si's stunning sights.
Occasionally I get like a whiff and it smells like someone's grilling.
Wildfire smoke can irritate the eyes, nose, throat, and lungs.
I feel like the lungs are a little bit heavy, eyes are kind of stingy.
My mom has asthma, and so it can impact people that have things with their lungs and make it harder to breathe.
Smoky air combined with rising temperatures add extra stress to the body.
It just feels like it makes it worse just because the hot air, the way it makes you feel, the combination just almost seems like it's more intense.
Hot weather can increase the risk of dehydration and other heat-related illnesses.
Fortunately, in the Pacific Northwest, not a lot of people have air conditioning, and air conditioning can help filter out some of the finer particles.
Staying inside, closing windows, using an air filter or air conditioning if you have it, are some ways to reduce exposure.
A lot of air conditioning, staying inside.
As many try to stay indoors, the haze hovering over the region reminds us of the tragedy others are facing.
My heart goes out to all the people that are losing their homes and having to evacuate. I think it's horrible.
And if you have any outdoor plans, you might want to check some event schedules, as Seattle Parks and Rec as well as the Bellevue Police Department have canceled outdoor events, including the 2026 National Night Out events. Of course, take some of those precautions and try and be indoors as much as possible. We're live here from Kerry Park, Stella Sun, KOMO News.
Stella, thank you. Some Mariners fans may want to take precautions tonight because of this worsening air quality. Here's a live look at T-Mobile Park, where first pitch against the Tigers is about 35 45 minutes away. The M's have played through poor air quality before. Most fans will remember the smoky skies during the Marathon 18-inning playoff loss to the Houston Astros in October of 2022. A few years before that, in September of 2020, the air quality was so bad in Seattle, the Mariners had to postpone a series with the Giants and move those games to San Francisco. Dense smoke settled at ground level for days, pushing the air quality into the very unhealthy and hazardous categories. A home series against the Padres later that week was moved to San Diego. You can count on KOMO to stay on top of the air quality across our region. Track this story anywhere you are, any time of day. Just download the free KOMO News app for the latest headlines, plus weather and traffic alerts. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll find extended interviews and video.
Developing tonight, the man accused of starting one of the destructive Spokane complex wildfires made his first court appearance this afternoon. A judge ordered 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci held on $1 million bail. He was arrested yesterday on a charge of first-degree arson. A witness reports seeing Farinacci in the area of the Old Trails fire at the time it started on Saturday afternoon. Today on CNN, Governor Bob Ferguson reacted to the news.
And it just takes a tragic situation and just makes it more heartbreaking to think that that much of this damage could have been caused by an individual doing this on purpose. So it adds to a really challenging situation.
Farinacci is scheduled to enter a plea this Thursday. Investigators say so far he is not connected to any other fires.
The 3 fires that make up the Spokane complex have grown to a combined size of more than 10,000 acres. Officials say at least 700 homes or other structures have been destroyed. New video shows neighborhoods reduced to rubble, but there are no reports of serious injury or death. Today, the Spokane County Sheriff confirmed that 14 people previously unaccounted for after calling for help on Saturday have all been located. Also today, some evacuation levels around the Old Trails fire were reduced from level 3 go now to level 2 be ready.
Today, President Trump authorized federal assistance for dealing with the Spokane complex and other wildfires burning in our state. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, will now coordinate disaster relief efforts. The emergency declaration covers Chelan, Ferry, Okanagan, Spokane, Stevens, and Yakima counties. It also includes the Yakima Nation, the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation, and the Spokane Tribe of Indians. In a statement, Governor Ferguson says, quote, "I appreciate the federal government moving quickly and granting our request for this emergency declaration." He goes on to say, "We are laser focused on getting assistance to those Washingtonians who have lost so much." With hundreds of homes lost to the Spokane complex fire, the need for help is enormous. The American Red Cross is one of many agencies that has stepped up to assist wildfire victims. If you'd like to donate, just scan the QR code there on your screen. That'll send you directly to the group's online portal. You can also find a list of other relief groups on our website at KOMOnews.com.
As Shannon mentioned, one of the closest wildfires sending smoke to our area is the Little Giant fire outside of Leavenworth. It's grown now to nearly 60,000 acres with no containment. Like many of the fires in our state, it started from a lightning strike a few weeks ago. And that brings us to our KOMO Pulse Poll tonight. Scan the QR code here on your screen to answer this question. Which factor do you think contributes most to the spread of wildfires? You can see right now 38% of people say it's the forest management, 34% say dry weather and drought, 26% human activities, just 2% of people responding to the poll say low firefighting resources. We'll share updated results tonight at 11.
And when we are not on the air, you can still follow Washington's wildfire season online. Just scan the QR code there on your screen. That will take you directly to KOMOnews.com. You'll find extensive coverage, including new details about the suspect and the Spokane complex fire, the latest air quality forecast, and a list of resources for fire victims.